Two Oregon teachers are coming under fire by the school district that they work for advocating in their free time for separate changing and restroom facilities for male and female students. It should be noted that they are being supported by the Women's Liberation Front in their appeals to not lose their jobs. They're facing termination at a board meeting this Thursday. This school district has said that their speech is offensive. It should be noted that the same district allows for Black Lives Matter posters and advocacy within the building, but does not allow for Blue Lives Matter advocacy or posters within the building. Folks, this is the new McCarthyism. People should be allowed to advocate for what they'd like to advocate for outside of their work, even if they're public employees. And on an issue such as this, where there are clear merits to their claims, and especially a claim that 5 years ago would have seemed completely normal. 10 years ago, you would have seemed insane for thinking otherwise. We need to recognize the fact that people have the right to speak out. Now, I'm not saying that you couldn't take the perspective that this is social progress, but even if you think that way, there needs to be an outlet for people who disagree to voice their opinions. And the reality is that there are a lot of people and parents, particularly women, who agree with them. Why else would the Women's Liberation Front be sponsoring their remaining in the school? The reality is that these policies frequently hurt women. Look, the year's 2021. Nobody wants to be an asshole. Nobody wants to denigrate gay people or transgender people, and nobody wants to treat them with anything but respect and dignity that every single person is due. That being said, when these issues become political cudgels and when people are banned from speaking about them, and these are issues that we need to talk about because we're breaking new societal ground, we need to have the room to have open societal conversations about how we implement these changes in a way that is good for everybody. We can't just have one dominant force crushing everybody who voices any dissent. These people don't hate transgender people. They don't hate gay people. They're just concerned about how to properly implement these policies, and they deserve to have their voices heard. While most people want to give everybody the respect that every other human being deserves, you have to understand that there is a facet of the far left that wants to push this agenda as far as it will go and to steamroll anyone who gets in the way of it. This was very clearly illustrated last week by the extremely on-the-nose song that the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir came out with, We're Coming for Your Children.
We're coming for them. We're coming for your children.
These teachers certainly have the right to speak out, but when you're facing a regime that's trying to actively shut down any dissent, you also have the moral obligation to speak out. And that's why I support them, and I hope that more like them join across the country. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these cultural discussions. I try to treat my subjects fairly and find stories that are interesting, and I'll post a couple videos about them a week, so click that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it.